The Scandalous Legacy of Henry Ford II, 10 Shocking Facts. Henry Ford II, often referred to as Hank the Deuce, was a dynamic yet controversial figure in American automotive history. As the grandson of the legendary Henry Ford, he led the Ford Motor Company through transformative years. However, his tenure was also marked by numerous scandals and shocking events. Here are 10 of the most scandalous and intriguing facts about Henry Ford II. Fact number 1. A troubled childhood. Henry Ford II's early years were shaped by a backdrop of intense familial discord and towering expectations. Born into an automotive dynasty on September 4, 1917, in Detroit, Michigan, Henry was the eldest son of Edsel Ford and the grandson of Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motor Company. The young Ford witnessed significant conflicts between his father and grandfather, particularly over business strategies and the future direction of the company. His father, Edsel, often disagreed with the senior Henry's traditionalist views, advocating for modernization and innovation. These disputes not only strained family relations but also placed a heavy burden on Edsel, affecting his health and leading to his premature death in 1943. Observing his father's struggles and the weight of leadership, Henry II developed a resilience and determination that would later define his aggressive management style and decision-making approach in leading the family business. Number 2. The controversial firing of Lee Iacocca. In one of the most infamous executive dismissals in the auto industry, Henry Ford II fired Lee Iacocca in July 1978, despite Iacocca's instrumental role in developing iconic models like the Ford Mustang and the Ford Pinto. Iacocca had become a celebrated figure within the industry, having helped Ford achieve remarkable profitability during his tenure. However, the relationship between Ford II and Iacocca soured, primarily due to a clash of egos and Ford's discomfort with Iacocca's growing popularity. Ford reportedly told Iacocca, "I just don't like you," a blunt dismissal that shocked both the public and the automotive community. Iacocca's subsequent move to Chrysler, where he led a historic turnaround and famously saved the company from bankruptcy, only added to the drama, turning their professional rivalry into a legendary saga in the automotive world. Number 3. Affair with a secretary. Henry Ford II's personal life was as dramatic as his professional life, marked by his affair with Kathleen Duras, whom he met when she was a secretary. This relationship began in the late 1970s while Ford was still officially married to his second wife, Christina Vettor Austin. The affair with Duras not only created personal turmoil but also attracted significant media attention, emblematic of Ford's high-profile lifestyle and his disregard for conventional decorum. Duras was often seen with Ford at various social events and on global travels, which did not sit well with the public and the press. Their relationship continued to be a focal point of tabloid coverage until Ford's divorce from Austin was finalized. Ford married Duras in 1980, and she remained his wife until his death in 1987. This phase of his life highlighted the interplay of power, romance, and scandal, defining the later years of his tenure at Ford Motor Company and adding a personal dimension to his complex legacy. Number 4. Ties to organized crime. Throughout his career, Henry Ford II was dogged by persistent rumors of his connections to organized crime. These allegations were never substantiated with firm evidence, but his interactions with certain individuals known for their questionable backgrounds fueled ongoing speculation. For instance, Ford was rumored to have business dealings that occasionally crossed paths with figures reputed to be involved in illegal activities. Although these associations were mostly speculative, they added an element of intrigue and notoriety to Ford's image, casting a shadow over his business dealings and contributing to the lore surrounding his controversial tenure as the leader of Ford Motor Company. Number 5. Labor strikes and union clashes. During Henry Ford II's presidency, labor relations at Ford Motor Company were often contentious. One of the most significant confrontations occurred in 1949, when Ford faced a massive strike that involved 107,000 workers. This strike, which lasted over a month, was one of the longest and most acrimonious in the history of the American auto industry. It was characterized by violent clashes and a firm resistance from the company against union demands. Ford's handling of the strike was reflective of his tough stance on unionization, a stance that frequently led to a strained relationship with labor unions. The 1949 strike was particularly impactful because it not only disrupted Ford's production but also damaged the company's public image and highlighted the ongoing struggle for workers' rights in the post-war United States. Number 6. The Pinto Scandal, a dark chapter in Ford's history. During Henry Ford II's leadership, the Ford-Pinto Scandal became one of the most infamous safety crises in automotive history. Launched in the late 1960s and produced through the 1970s, the Pinto was criticized for a fuel tank design that could explode during rear-end collisions. Internal memos, exposed during litigation, showed that Ford had analyzed the costs of lawsuits from accidents against the expenses of implementing a safer design and chose not to improve the safety of the vehicle to save costs. This decision became public following several fatal accidents, sparking widespread outrage. The resulting lawsuits and the eventual recall of the Pinto severely damaged Ford's reputation, underscoring a corporate culture that seemed to prioritize profits over safety. This scandal became a pivotal case study in business ethics and had a lasting impact on consumer trust and industry regulations. Number 7. Extravagant Lifestyle. Henry Ford II's lifestyle was the epitome of luxury and excess. Known for his grandiose spending habits, he owned several estates across the globe, including a famous mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, and a lavish estate in the English countryside. Ford's penchant for the high life extended to his love of yachts, with one of his most notable being a 130-foot luxury yacht named Santa Maria, which was often seen cruising the Mediterranean. He also traveled extensively on his private Boeing 727, a symbol of his wealth and status. This flamboyant lifestyle was a stark contrast to the practical and frugal principles of his grandfather, Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motor Company. His ostentatious displays, especially during periods of financial uncertainty for Ford, drew criticism from both within and outside the company. Critics argued that his lifestyle was not only a poor reflection on the company's values but also a misalignment with the economic realities faced by his employees and shareholders. Number 8. Divorce and alimony battles. The personal life of Henry Ford II was marked by his tumultuous relationships and his high-profile divorce from Christina Vettor Austin in 1980. This divorce captured the public's attention not only because of its scandalous nature but also because of the staggering financial settlements involved. The proceedings were filled with accusations and public statements that aired private details, making the divorce a media spectacle. Christina Vettor Austin reportedly received a settlement that ran into tens of millions of dollars, one of the largest in history at the time. The divorce highlighted the personal costs of Ford's lifestyle and his relationships, serving as a dramatic chapter in his life that reflected the complexities and pressures of living in the public eye. Number 9. The Battle for Le Mans. Henry Ford II's quest to defeat Enzo Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans is one of the most storied chapters in motorsports history. This rivalry was ignited in the early 1960s when Ford attempted to acquire Ferrari. The deal was almost finalized, but Enzo Ferrari abruptly withdrew, reportedly because he was unwilling to cede control of his company's racing operations. Insulted and driven by retaliation, Ford II directed his company's resources toward building a race car capable of beating Ferrari at the world's most prestigious endurance race. The result was the development of the Ford GT40, which after initial setbacks, dramatically clinched the top 3 positions at the 1966 Sierra Leone and Lyons Mans, thus achieving a stunning and memorable victory over Ferrari. This triumph was not just a win on the track, it was a statement of Ford's technological and organizational prowess, crafted under the direct influence of Ford II's ambition to outdo what he couldn't own. Number 10. Declining health and troubled public persona. In his later years, Henry Ford II's health issues became apparent during his public appearances, where he often seemed heavily medicated or intoxicated. His speeches were sometimes marked by slurred speech and erratic behavior, incidents that attracted media attention and public scrutiny. These public displays painted a troubling picture of a man grappling with significant personal and health issues, a stark contrast to the robust image he had maintained during much of his career at Ford. His struggles highlighted the immense pressures he faced, humanizing a figure often seen only in terms of his wealth and power. Ford's declining health led to his death on September 29, 1987, due to pneumonia, compounded by other health issues. This period of his life, marked by declining health and public missteps, tarnished his public image and cast a shadow over his legacy, overshadowing his earlier substantial contributions to the automotive industry.